Okay, so here's my 2021 in the bag for Team Trilogy. Start with distance drivers. Gotta start with the beefy one. Got a Enforcer here, good for the headwinds. I'm also a big fan of Raiders. I got 3 that I bag. This one's really pretty beat in. I've had it. It's the first one I ever got. This one's super overstable and then pretty beefy. So I'll pull these out if there's a decent headwind and I don't need an Enforcer. Go-to drivers for distance, going to be trespasses. I'm a really big fan of the hybrid trespasses. These are my bread and butter. If I need to get max distance and there's not a crazy headwind or much of a headwind, I'm going to pull these out. If there's a headwind, I'll go to the LX1 or the Fusion X1 to help battle that a little bit. Moving on to fairways, gotta love the Felon. I got the Lucid X, Eric Oakley Felon for crazy headwinds. I think is really beefy. Got a really beat in Lucid, and then a Moonshine color Moonshine Oakley Felon that is probably my favorite one. We move back to the Explorers, a little less stable, good amount less stable than the Felons. I use these for a lot of wooded lines, or if I want to get a little more distance out of them, I can push these out pretty far. This SE is pretty understable. So is this GBO one with this Opto X, and Ricky Wysocki one actually is pretty good in a headwind. I've been trying to bend a lot for a while. I really like that as well. Feels like a shorter trespass to me, so I trust it a little bit more in the woods and tight tunnel shots, but it might be something that comes out of the bag if I'm in a big open field or a bomber course. My favorite kind of flippy fairway driver is going to be the Maverick for sure. The Lucid X or SC, I can hyzer flip them really good and they'll still kind of pan out and turn and kind of end up straight, or I can throw them in those big turnover shots or power down on them in the wood and make them go real straight for a long ways. Every bag has to have Justice. I got this new Soft Justice and Truly Unique. I'm a big fan of it. Super beefy. Need to get it beat in a little bit to make it a little more manageable, but I love it. Have a Verdict that I also really enjoy. If I need a little bit of a headwind fighting power, pull this out. But my favorite disc in the lineup is going to be the EMAC Truth. Bag 3, sometimes 4s, depending on the course, but gotta have the Lucid X, Moonshine for kind of a, Lucid X is pretty beefy, Moonshine is not so bad, and then Dead Straight, Biofusion. If I want something with a little bit more turnover, gotta get the Pre-Mac Truth out. Could throw this one really dead straight. Sometimes it pans a little bit right, or I can give it a nice hydro flip in the woods. I love throwing putters. I throw Judges a lot. I like this blend plastic for kind of a really straight shot. And for my more, when I can power up a little bit, throw the Chameleon Lucid X one. I just put this in the bag, replaced an old Lucid one that I had that was super beefy that got thrown in the river. And hopefully this one doesn't, but I've been really enjoying it. It flies a lot like that one did when it was brand new, so I'm hoping it stays stable. If I definitely, my go-to in the wind and for approach, it's going to be Slammers. SE was my favorite by far. This one I've had forever and it flies perfect. Then an old Lucid one here that is just super beefy. I can always trust it to go left on those approaches. As far as putting, I also putt with the Judges. I like prime plastic for putting. I think I just like the way it feels in the hand. I prefer the harder plastic. I've been trying out the EMAC Judge recently, and I actually really do like it, but I don't know if it's going to kick the old trusty out the bag here. So yeah, that's all I have. Appreciate you all watching this, and have a good season.